Sophia Kwan, and today I'm going to be talking about why dogs and humans make great companions. About a year ago, I got this guy. His name is Maxie, or Maximiliano, and he is my family's 1-year-old French Bulldog puppy. Ever since we've gotten him, I noticed a change in my family. We seemed happier. It's not like we weren't happy before. We were just happier. It was like this hole had been fulfilled. My dad now had a new companion to watch TV with and lounge with on the couch upstairs. And my mom had something new to do. She was able to train and take care of Maxie. I personally felt more relaxed and a lot more active. Instead of being inside on electronics, I was outside playing with Maxie. We were also engaged more as a family, doing things with our dog, such as taking him on walks. We also became more talkative. Instead of talking about simple things such as the weather, we had a new subject, our dog's activities. Having a dog can have many benefits on their owner. Dogs can reduce stress and anxiety. I noticed that my anxiety has gone down, and I'm less stressed out with things such as schoolwork. Dogs can also help give you a sense of purpose. For example, you can no longer stay in bed all day. You have to get up and take your dog out. Dogs can also help with depression and ease loneliness. They can also improve your cardiovascular health, probably because they encourage exercise and playfulness. Dogs can also act as social icebreakers. Whether you're out on the street and someone approaches you to talk about your dog, or having a dog simply encourages you to start a conversation with someone. So why are dogs a man's best friend? A study was put on by Takefumu Kikisuzo, an animal behaviorist at the Asabu University in Samihara, Japan. Like me, Mr. Kikisuzo was curious about why dogs and humans make great companions. The findings of his study were that dog owners experience a surge of oxytocin when their dogs look into their eyes. What is oxytocin? Oxytocin is a bonding hormone that is shown in mothers' brains when they look into their children's eyes. It has an anti-anxiety effect, and the psychological response of oxytocin drives maternal caring. Part of this study consisted of 30 owners playing with their dogs for half an hour. Urine tests before and after this session revealed that the oxytocin level spiked in the dog owners whose dogs stared at them the most. The scientists then repeated this experiment with hand-raised wolves, but the effect of oxytocin rising was nowhere to be seen. Now, oxytocin is a bonding hormone. Could the effect of the oxytocin rising be only in dogs because of the strong bonds between dogs and humans that trace back thousands of years? Now, researchers performed a later experiment where they sprayed either a salt solution or a dose of oxytocin up the dogs' noses. Now the test on the owners found that the oxytocin levels spiked in the female dogs, and that the longer the dogs gazed at them, the higher their oxytocin levels rose. Now, the female dogs that have received this hormone boost stared at their owners the longest. Now, I'm a dog owner, not a scientist, but maybe the effect of the oxytocin rising was mainly in female dogs, because oxytocin plays a greater role in females. Now, these findings are one of the reasons why the relationship between dogs and humans works so well. Now, earlier I mentioned that dogs have been helping humans for years. When I say years, I mean thousands of years. Researchers believe that the domestication of dogs began anywhere from 32,000 to 16,000 years ago, somewhere in Southeast Asia or the Middle East. It is thought that the wolves approached the humans, instead of it being the other way around. It was more about the survival of the friendliest, instead of it being the survival of the fittest. It is thought that the boldest and friendliest wolves were the ones that approached the humans, and were tolerated and later accepted by them. Wolves evolved into dogs, but they also developed the ability to read human gestures incredibly well. Though there are many theories about how dogs are domesticated, one thing is true. Both dogs and humans are strongly affected by this relationship. Now, like I said before, the relationship between dogs and humans is also extremely practical. For example, some breeds of dogs were bred for certain purposes. Take the French Bulldog. French Bulldogs were used by artisan who's in England to catch fleas and keep their lap warm. They also made their tedious work a lot more enjoyable. Another example of a beneficial relationship is how dogs rely on humans for food. Now, our family has this weird tradition where we take photos of my mom with stray dogs when we are on vacation. Now, during October, we went to Ushuaia, which is on the tip of Argentina, and there was this dog that was trying to get into this gift shop. So we had just exited this gift shop, and we see this dog. He's nudging the door with his nose, and my mom approaches him. And he proceeds to stand up on two paws and began to get very, very excited. And we take this photo. Now, this dog was looking for food, and he expected the people in the gift shop or my mom to give it to him. Now, the relationship, like I said before, is extremely practical. Dogs get services, companions, and food. Us humans, we get companions, benefits to our health, both mentally and emotionally, and physically, services, and, well, the list goes on. Now, I said that dogs offer services. Well, dogs aren't only pets. They're also workers. There's sniffer dogs for detection, personal protection dogs, tracking dogs, and dogs for disabled. I find dogs for disabled particularly interesting because they help their owners with everyday tasks that can be difficult for them without their dog. They give their partners this confidence. They can be self-reliant. They no longer have to rely on other people to help them, and they can do everyday tasks with the help of their dog. Emotional support dogs are similar in some ways. They can help their owners stay calm in situations that can be stressful or cause anxiety for them. For example, flying. There are a ton of other pets out there that I'm sure are great, but dogs have this impact on the human race that not every animal has. Dogs are man's best friend. You've probably heard that before. I hope you now understand why this is so true. Thank you.